Hey guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in a special company of the newest Xiaomi Viomi SE robot vacuum cleaner. Viomi, which is considered as a sub-brand of the already globally established company Xiaomi, in the third generation of its robotic vacuum cleaners combines all the experience of previous models, which were already considered excellent in terms of hardware and price, but have not yet been as well honed as some competitors, as we witnessed quite a few upgrades in the V2 Pro model, which slowly eliminated various bugs and issues that were not by any means large, but were there, and especially in the field of wet cleaning, which is otherwise considered superior in all Viomi models, as we get a larger water tank, more efficient water usage and a really efficient Y cleaning method that mimics hand washing of the floor. Now, even today Viomi is absolutely the best in this field, and with the latest models of robot vacuum cleaners it also increases the suction power and thus slowly raises the standard in the field of dry cleaning. The good news with these rear models is the improved software part, and as a result the models work much more reliable and compete with the best in this area as well. Now, Viomi specializes on home appliances, and this is their third generation of robot vacuum cleaners, somehow replacing the V2 Pro model. Their V3 model came out recently actually as well, and we shall be covering it soon as well, as the review is already in progress, but V3 is their flagship and much more pricier model. Now, the good news is this quite cheaper SE model is actually not so far off looking at cleaning efficiency, as it brings most of the technology and features of their most prestigious models. So, let's take a look how this new model actually does in real life use. Yes, my house, you're in for a treat, as you'll be cleaned upside down by Viomi SE. Let's go! Xiaomi Viomi SE comes in a simple cardboard packaging, well secured and protected. It's eco, minimalistic and practical. As you will witness yourself, in addition to the robot vacuum cleaner itself, the package also includes a charging station with an EU connector, two pieces of side brushes that we have to install ourselves, a combined dry-wet bin, two different wet cleaning cloths. Combined one has a dry part as well to wipe dry after mopping, and of course some instructions in English. Before the first startup, just remove the two safety pins on the side of the vacuum cleaner, install the lower brush, and the appliance is ready for the first cleaning. Now, in Google Play or Apple Store, look for the Xiaomi Mi Home app, select Add New Device, where you can find it in the list, or let the application automatically recognize the new vacuum cleaner, and then just follow the steps in the app. Viomi finally gave in to customer requests and this time chose the classic and elegant white color for the SE model. Otherwise a trendy design that is at the level of the best and most expensive models. In addition to the V3 model, which looks quite premium in piano black as well, the SE model is now also easy on the eyes, unlike the grey V2 Pro model. Functionally, the upper part of the vacuum cleaner is again quite minimalistically designed. On top of the vacuum cleaner is a classic rotating 360 laser rider and a large round button through which the vacuum cleaner is turned on, off or sent cleaning. Well, similar to its older models, we can see some built-in sensors on the sides, a large fan and a bumper that sometimes slightly touches obstacles. On the bottom of the vacuum cleaner we can find large side wheels and a small front swivel wheel. On the edge there is space for a side brush that we have to install ourselves, and we also get an additional one that is in the spare package. And in the middle a large main brush is visible, which ensures efficient cleaning of floor surfaces. Most of the premium models boast an LDS, like laser distance sensor, that is a rotating laser sensor on the top of the vacuum cleaner, combined with an efficient slam cleaning algorithm. Viomi SE has LDS while lacking a slam algorithm, but apparently Viomi has studied that algorithm well and has implemented its newly developed AI dynamic path algorithm in the SA model. As it turns out, in real-life scenario, the mentioned algorithm works exactly the same as the SLAM algorithm. These robotic vacuum cleaners are the most efficient in cleaning, as they inspect the room most optimally and outline the way of cleaning and moving around the room according to the arrangements, which in practice is reflected in a very planned, sensible and optimized movement, and unlike less advanced vacuum cleaners, they move through space very thoughtfully in a planned way in neat zigzag lines. An important feature of vacuum cleaners of all types is the filtration system, as HEPA filters are much more effective in filtering fine particles, which can affect people suffering from different allergies. The classic HEPA filter captures up to 99.9% of microdust, which also reduces the possibility of allergic diseases. In use, the filter lasts quite some time, like a year or so, and it is recommended to clean it regularly. The good news is that the HEPA filter is washable and can be easily cleaned under water. Just make sure the filter is dry before the next use. We have two options to start cleaning. The vacuum cleaner can be started via physical button on the vacuum cleaner or via app, where several cleaning parameters can be set. In the application you can choose between three cleaning methods: vacuum, vacuum and mop, or just mop. After a few weeks of using the vacuum cleaner and comparing it with the Robotic S6 model, the older Viomi V2 Pro and the most powerful model Viomi V3, we find that the SE model is surprisingly efficient and competes well with the more expensive models despite the significantly lower price. Now, wet cleaning is a bit more efficient with the Viomi V3 model. We have a feeling that the floor is a bit more damp on the max wetting setting, but the Viomi SE is ahead of all other non-Viomi models in terms of wet cleaning. However, despite the high suction power, the Viomi SE model is surprisingly quieter than the competing models. We are not talking about drastic differences, but a few decibels in all four positions, which is a big plus for many. The greatest virtue of Viomi models, as already mentioned, is shown in wet cleaning, where they simply have no competition. The water tank holds 300 ml and is larger than competition models from other manufacturers. While set on maximum water usage, it can clean up to 70 square meters, but we have 3 water usage settings, so we can choose from in the app, where we set how intensely the water will drip on the installed cloth. On the lower settings, the cleaning surface can be almost doubled. We were really impressed by the highest settings, where the floor is significantly wetter and cleaner than in competing models. We are not talking about puddles on the parquet, but the moisture that it leaves behind, which is good. Now, when we really want to mop the floor most, in the SE model, as in all Viomi models, we use the Y mode of wet cleaning, where the robot vacuum cleaner mimics the movement of manual floor washing and constantly washes the floor. It takes a bit more than the classic floor cleaning, as the robot vacuum cleaner has to zigzag in Y pattern, but overall it's well worth it. Suction power is, of course, the most important feature of all vacuum cleaners and is an area where the new Viomi SE has also made some progress. The suction power has been upgraded to 2100 PA. What does the mentioned suction power mean in practice? Well, we also tested it ourselves and we can confirm that the Viomi SE can easily suck a classic AAA battery, which is quite impressive for a robot vacuum cleaner. We did compare Viomi SE to some competing, more expensive models we had at hand like Robotic S6, Viomi V3 and Viomi V2 Pro. Now all the Viomi models shares the same platform, so all the spare parts program is the same and even the app looks quite the same for all models. As for cleaning efficiency goes, Viomi SE is quite there, almost on the very same level as those much more expensive models. With mopping, it's better than Robotic S6 and Viomi V2 Pro, only Viomi V3 leaking some more water on the max settings, which in the end puts him in the lead. Looking at different options and functions in the app, there is not much difference between all these models. Viomi SE and Robotic S6 only includes one bin, as Viomi V3 and V2 Pro includes 3 different bins, which can come handy with some very big apartments. Other than that, great performance for the low price. So, our final thoughts. At 250 euros, Viomi SE really doesn't have much competition as it has excellent specifications, is very efficient in cleaning, offers superior wet cleaning in the Y pattern, which can only be found in Viomi robot vacuum cleaners. The quality of materials and workmanship is at the best level, design and white color contributes to a more premium look, the application is refined, offers a ton of functions, a beautiful and transparent user interface, operation is stable and efficient. Now, compared to the more expensive Viomi models, we can only blame it for not including the separate dry-wet cleaning bowls, which those with medium-sized spaces will not really miss. Other than that, it comes pretty close in cleaning our home. So, at the end of the day, we can say that Viomi SE is another really great model that offers exceptional specifications, high cleaning efficiency and a good user experience for a better price. And if we are not looking for the very best model on the market, which are somewhere between 100–150 euros more expensive, you will be extremely satisfied with this model, as the most tasks are performed at a very similar level. And with that said, we are coming to an end with another review, so hope you liked it and got information you needed, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, Thomas out.